Good evening, everybody. My name is Lance Manning. Let's go ahead and start. How many entrepreneurs do we have in the audience tonight? Yeah, nice. Well, tonight I'd like to challenge you to think differently about what it means to be an entrepreneur. What is an entrepreneur? The term was invented by the French, and it's one of many terms used in the English language. And it was invented by an economist who took the Latin word enterprise and personified it. So an entrepreneur is someone who takes on an enterprise and also has risk and profit involved. Now, this is from the Facebook movie where he is asked what he does for a living. He says he's an entrepreneur, but what does that mean exactly? Unemployed or millionaire? What do you want people to think when you say you're an entrepreneur? Saying you're an entrepreneur is kind of like saying you're a millionaire. It sounds pretty awesome, but it doesn't mean that much. So next time you have a chance, introduce yourself as a millionaire. See how it feels. So this question she asked as a follow-up really is, don't tell me about your title, but tell me more about your enterprise. So those who are tempted to talk about being an entrepreneur, tell people what you're excited about, what your passion is. And sometimes the word is overused, and you see people talk about it a lot, and what they do, when people say that, people define you by the lowest common denominator, or by this definition: anyone who tries to earn a living without having a real job. So if you are unemployed and have a business idea, if you're self-employed and have tons of clients, or if you have an MBA in entrepreneurship, are you an entrepreneur? Maybe all you need is a little motivation to be an entrepreneur. I remember one time, just getting started in my career, I was at a motivational speech, and the guy told us to say, "I am the president of my own company." And that felt pretty good. 5 years later, it happened for me. I was hired by a government agency and was self-employed and making some pretty good money, and I thought, dude, I am such an entrepreneur. Dang, that's awesome. But it wasn't until a little bit later I took a trip and the contract ended, and I went to Russia. And there I met with an expatriate business owner who complained about his employees' lack of initiative. He explained that the decades of communism had really depressed these people, and they really didn't have that. And so I realized that that's what set me apart as an American, is the capacity for creativity, for initiative, and the courage to pursue an enterprise. So here's an example of a local company who's done this. And I talked with the CEO of this company. He said, my goal is to create something of value and to multiply the money I make. And now that business is a thriving company. Here's another example of a company that's done the same. So the key point is creating jobs, making money, scaling, and building valuation. That's really the secret. And this is what these companies look like on a graph. And the bottom line is building wealth. Being an entrepreneur is about building wealth. A person with an idea is an entrepreneur still, but that's the bottom line. I really like this quote because you can have an awesome idea or a fascinating technology, but without actual revenue, you will not be the entrepreneur of impact that you could be. Like these guys. They started with a simple idea. They had something they were passionate about, and they took the risks. They were courageous, and now they're tech icons. And this is probably how they introduced themselves. So everyone in this room is on this graph. Either you're a pre-entrepreneur, or a bona fide entrepreneur, or maybe someone in between. But the people in between, they have the greatest potential to succeed. It's all about being passionate about something. Tribes by Seth Godin is an awesome book on this topic. And he talks about being a leader and being an entrepreneur is doing something you love and being good at it. Now, there are all kinds of entrepreneurs. There's social, serial, lifestyle, entrepreneur, techpreneur, ecopreneur, e-preneur. They're inventing new ones every day. And this last one, which is apparently popular in California. So here in America, we aspire to be a French word. In France, they aspire to be an American term, public servant, not us. We want to take risks. We know how to build wealth, but you've got to earn it. Thank you very much.